right now.
Today, Donald Trump descends on D.C. to make peace with Washington. And I go inside Trump Tower with Eric Trump.
You're in Trump's world now, right?
Oh. And we'll take on Cinco de Mayo, the Colorado pot tour, and whether Americans know who's on the currency.
What did he do that was very, very important? He freed the slaves.
There we go, okay.
Plus, actors Scott Baio and a panel. Waters World begins right now.
Welcome to Waters World. I'm your host, Jesse Waters. Donald J. Trump is going to be the Republican nominee for president. Love him or hate him, Republicans face a choice. America is on the precipice of a third Obama term. If Hillary wins the White House, the country may never recover. One man now stands in her way. So-called never Trump Republicans fought hard in the primary. Everybody respects that. But it's over. We're in the general now. The more Republicans attack Trump from here on out, the more it helps Hillary Clinton. Going forward, never Trump should be called Forever Hillary. We understand you're worried about saving conservatism. What about saving the country? Conservatism is eternal. Political power isn't. Your conscience is going to cost you because you not voting is a vote for Hillary. What does your conscience say about that? Elections are about choices. Philosophies aren't on the ballot. Men and women are. No candidate's perfect, especially in this election. But lifelong politicians have hurt America. Wages are going nowhere, wars not won, border chaos, healthcare debacles. So who do you think has a shot at getting us out of this mess? But the same people who said Trump won't win the nomination are now saying Trump won't win the general. Here are some of them.
There's plenty of evidence that Mr. Trump is a con man, a fake. This is the very brand of anger that has led other nations into the abyss.
It's the Republican nominee's responsibility to bring unity, and he needs to really rethink how he's approaching things, and so do his supporters.
I think Donald Trump, as the Republican nominee, gives the win to Hillary Clinton.
And I don't think he has the temperament and judgment to be commander-in-chief. A lot of my colleagues will vote for him enthusiastically. Some will hold their nose. I just can't go there with Donald.
Now, we respect everybody's opinion here, especially those who've been on the front lines. And they could be right about November. We just hope now they're going to respect the will of the people, because the time for talk, we believe, is over. Paul Ryan got the message. Trump has begun to unite the party, because the party is uniting behind him with one main goal: defeating Hillary Clinton. Joining me now to discuss, Fox News correspondent Abby Huntsman, the co-host of The Five, Kimberly Guilfoyle, Democratic strategist and radio talk show host Richard Fowler, and Democratic political strategist Jessica Tarlov. So this Never Trump movement, I think they're on their last gasp. I don't see any gas left in this tank. What about you, Kimberly?
Flatlining on the table, rest in peace, you know? Yeah, I mean, well, this is the problem, because you're so right. It's got to be that it's forever Hillary. If you're going to say Never Trump, you're essentially playing for the other team. I think it's that simple at that point. I mean, you have to think about what you want and what are the goals for the future of the country. For example, do you want Hillary Clinton appointing the next 3, 4, who knows, Supreme Court justices?
Oh,
Can
that
you imagine the
shivers up
impact?
my spine.
Right, exactly, real good to me.
And it seems to me that they're coming around now, the Republican Party, because you've seen polls out saying Trump is tied in the 3 main battleground states, and now he's tied in the Reuters tracking poll. Do you think that's what it's all about?
I'm not sure it's that. I think that, you know, the establishment is largely, and there's still those outliers, obviously, they're looking at how people voted, and that's what democracy is about. You know, the Republican Party, they have spoken about this. There's still a lot who didn't vote for him, obviously, and we know that Trump has done well on the heels of independents breaking for him and some Democrats. But he is for sure the best chance to beat Hillary Clinton, and I always thought that going forward, well, in a post-Rubio world, I thought that he would have run the strongest against her. And I think that that's what's going on. So, you know, I'm all for it. People paying attention to the voters. You know, that's what we're doing on the Democratic side.
Yeah, you guys are paying very close attention.
We are. She's ahead.
Abby, let me ask you this question. Trump now really seems to be pivoting towards the center.
Yeah.
And
He needs to.
And he needs to. And I think the healing process has begun. I think Paul Ryan's now gotten the memo, and Boehner's come out and endorsed and said, this guy's, don't count him out. This guy's going to win. How do you see Trump really making amends here?
You also, people are realizing you have two options at this point. It's either Donald Trump or it's Hillary Clinton.
Right.
And so if you're a Republican, it's like, you got to get behind Donald Trump or you're going to sit this one out. And so it's so interesting. You think about someone like Mitt Romney. He was sort of the crowned king 4 years ago, right? He should be the one introducing the next nominee at the convention. He's probably not even going to this thing.
Right.
If anything, this Never Trump movement, I think, they're dead, as Kimberly was saying. But if anything, they've given Hillary Clinton sort of a bag of goodies. All she has to do is play Mitt Romney's speech. Remember that, where he was just dumping all over Trump?
Right.
That's not good for the party.
No, they
so
really handed
they've
it
got to
to
get
them.
behind him, or Hillary Clinton is going to benefit from
It
it.
looks like sour grapes.
That's right. And Richard, you guys are in deep trouble, let's be honest. Hillary's now fighting two opponents. She's fighting Bernie Sanders on the left, she's fighting Trump on the right. You count the FBI, there's three opponents.
Stop it.
I don't think she's deaf enough
Just the security
for this
detail.
front war here.
So let's just deal with it. Let's deal with Bernie Sanders first. So here's what Bernie Sanders is doing, right? Bernie Sanders is calculated. He's gonna by the end of this whole thing, he's going to have $50 million in the bank.
It thinks he counting math though too? Because
No. I don't think for Bernie. I think if you talk to the inside source in the Bernie Sanders campaign, talk to Bernie Sanders himself, he says this. In January, when the Democrats take back the Senate, he's the chair of the Budget Committee, which means he will write the next budget for this country.
That's scary.
And he will have a $40 million war chest, right, that he can utilize to back candidates, to
He
promote his
doesn't like
ideals.
war, Richard. He's just going to call it chest.
Or whatever it might be. The fact is that he becomes a power broker for the far left part of the Democratic Party, and that's what he's playing for. He can continue to raise money, he can continue to run, and as they get into the convention, he'll get an hour-long speech. It's going to be great for him.
Kimberly, I think right now he's dragging her so far to the left with all these radical spending ideas that Trump is now just buying all this real estate in the center. And by the time she comes back to the center, Trump's just going to plant his flag right there and say, get out of town, you're the radical.
I mean, listen, Bernie Sanders is so helpful to Trump. He's like a Trump sleeper cell on the Democratic side. It's like unbelievable. West Virginia, it's like, let it rain, Bernie supporters that won't support Hillary and they'll vote for Trump. It's the best thing because she's still having to battle him in a real groundswell of support. It shows how flawed and problematic her candidacy is that she can't even take down the socialist from Vermont, the guy that had no job, no W-2 till he was like, 40? He was writing the bad porn. I mean, really? That's a winner? That's the commander-in-chief? I don't think so.
And we've also seen a number of the Sanders supporters say, if it's not him, we're going to go with Trump, which I find fascinating.
Do you actually
But
think
that's economic populism.
Yeah, that's
I don't actually think, well, if you look at the national polls in this, West Virginia, Michigan, I mean, these states that were really hurt by free trade policies, et cetera, they're going to be more supported. They're going to be more in the Sanders-Trump campaign. If you look at nationally, it's about 7 to 10% of Sanders supporters who say that they'll break for Trump instead of Hillary.
Still, that's a lot of people, though.
Well, it's not like at this point in 08, 50% of Hillary supporters said they wouldn't back Obama, and they all came out for him. I think that we will end up unified, but I completely agree that he's hurting her. I mean, Sanders is actually feeding attack lines to Donald Trump. He's saying, oh, this is fantastic. Like,
I get different on this. I think what Bernie said is he pulls her to the left, and what Trump is doing because he supports Planned Parenthood outside of abortion, he believes in minimum wage. The more center he becomes, the more he isolates those who are to the right of him, which makes a big trouble for him because this is going to be a base
I
election.
do think he does have broad reach because he wants to build a wall and he wants to defeat us.
But he also wants
so
to
I
raise
don't
minimum
think he's
wage,
going to have
which you guys
that
hate,
much
right?
problems on
it's
the
a
far
state's
right.
issue today, I think, for
Or Planned Parenthood, which you guys really hate, but he believes in that.
We
He
just
loves
don't
that.
like partial birth abortion. Thank you very
no
much,
one
guys.
likes partial birth
Okay,
abortion.
Megyn Kelly got Donald Trump with the female vote. Then Waters World travels high up in the Rockies, and I searched for the true meaning of Cinco de Mayo.
What's the best food for Cinco de Mayo?
Tamales, quesadillas, tacos.
Cultural.
To show it again here. So sit back and relax. Welcome back to Water's World. Cannabis is legal in Colorado, so a rally sent me high up into the Rockies for a pot tour. The piece, produced by Rob Monaco, generated so much buzz, we decided to show it again here. So sit back and relax.
We're all on the bus right now. Everyone was told to bring their own cannabis. I personally love to have a glass of wine and a couple tokes of a J, and that puts me in a really nice place for the evening. But
A J is a joint, right?
a J is a joint,
Got it.
exactly. Did you get a contact high already?
Where are we now?
Dank, Colorado, welcome. It's Don't Ask, Nobody Knows is the acronym for
I
it.
thought dank was like a wet basement.
That's another way to look at it.
So this looks like candy to me.
Yes. Do you like candies? Do you like hard candies, soft candies?
Just give me something gluten-free. I'm trying to look good this summer. This isn't oregano.
It was still a very good sauce.
Do you guys have a lot of illegal aliens just watering plants here all day?
No, we do not. No, we do not.
Smart answer. Do you get high off your own supply?
Absolutely.
Do you want to touch it?
Can I touch it?
The plant.
I want to touch it.
So is this like a dime bag?
You're making a lot more money than I am, but that's a dime bag.
What do you feel like right now?
I feel very calm.
Is that a joint, man? You don't have the munchies?
I don't. Do you?
What are the munchies? What's a bomb?
A bong? Okay, so a bong is a water pipe.
Like what a plumber would use. A water plant. You know, like we call people who blow things in New York the jets. So you grab it by the shaft.
Something like that.
And that lets air through, so you can clear the chamber.
So this is a marijuana cigarette. And you smoke it through the filter.
Yeah.
I won't go schizo, will I?
Stop laughing, man. Get some donuts. Water's World donut going down the hatch.
That boy is a P.I.G. pig.
Is the munchkin like the whole of the donut that they took out when they punched the hole through the donut?
You know what? I would say yes, but no. No.
Very poorly worded. I don't think that would ever make it to print.
Now we're at Red Rocks National Park and Amphitheater. This is the visual part of our tour here.
I feel strangely calm.
Why do you take all your stoned customers here?
Because as you can see, it's absolutely breathtaking.
Remember, I'm Waters, and this is my world. So will stoners go to the polls in November? And what are they going to do once they're inside the voting booth? The panel is back with me to discuss. So I have some... obviously, and we never miss a party, so I had to check out what it was all about. Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Feliz Día de Mayo.
What's the best food for Cinco de Mayo?
Tamales, quesadillas, tacos.
What does Cinco de Mayo mean?
I really don't know.
Fighting with your friends?
French people, so they won, and everybody is celebrating.
You guys beat the French. That's not much to celebrate. Where are you from originally?
I'm from Puerto Rico.
The Mexicans let Puerto Ricans come to the Cinco de Mayo parade?
Of course.
I am Dominican.
Ooh.
So I was actually born in Nicaragua. I come from humble beginnings. My
Me
mom.
too.
Oh, where from?
Philly.
Philly. All right.
When did you come to the United States?
10 years ago,
How did you get here?
with the border.
Oh, the border?
Yeah.
Was it hard to cross the border?
No, me importa, not too bad.
You know Mexico's going to pay for the wall, right?
I don't believe in that.
Yes? Yeah, very nice. Good job. Yeah, yeah. Here we go. Hey. What do you think about Donald Trump?
I mean, Donald Trump is like a cuckoo.
Donald Trump. Let me think about it, and I'll let you know later. I have nothing to say about that.
Don't worry, he's not going to deport you.
No.
I think he's doing the best he can. Donald Trump.
Did Donald Trump's Taco Bowl offend you?
I love Mexican food. You should be crucified for that. We can't judge anyone for being honest.
Yeah, he honestly loves those Taco Bowls. Do they have Taco Bell in Mexico?
Not really.
Yo sé bien que estoy afuera, pero el día que yo me muera, sé que tendrás que llorar.
Did you guys invent tequila?
Yes, we did.
Thank you. What is your favorite thing about the United States?
I think the women is good.
The women.
Yeah.
Mine too. Waters, and this is my world.
My mundo, mi mundo.
Mi mundo.
Mi mundo.
Thank you very much. Joining me now to discuss is actor Scott Baio. Now, before we begin, you're mad at me. Why are you so mad?
I'm pissed, dude.
What'd I do?
You blocked me on Twitter.
You think
I'm reaching out to you and you block me.
You think I know how to block anybody on Twitter?
I don't. Does it matter? Do I know I actually sent O'Reilly an email saying, tell Jesse to stop blocking me on Twitter. I never heard back from him either.
He's probably blocking you too.
I'm done with you people.
I've unblocked you.
Thank
I don't know how that happened, but now we're good to go.
Thank you.
Now, you saw the top of the show. You look thrilled. You saw the top of the show about the Never Trump movement. A lot of the panelists think this thing's done. What do you think about
The
that?
Never Trump movement? I agree with what you said. You know, if you're still Never Trump, then you're forever Hillary. You got to listen, folks. There's two people in the race. Two. You got to pick one. We don't want her, so you got to go with him. It's just simple stuff. Get off it. Drop your ego. Move on with your life and vote for Trump. I mean, it's getting to the point where it's silly.
Right. So the Cinco de Mayo festivities, I had a fun time there.
Looked like it.
Yeah. The Hispanic vote going to be key in the November election. The wall, very controversial. Now, if walls don't work, why is the Obama White House building the White House fence
higher,
5 feet higher?
Yeah,
I don't get that. Do you?
I don't get it either now because it's all a political play. You know that.
Yeah.
It's just they want the Hispanic vote. And then for me, I think I agree with the wall completely.
Yeah.
But to me, it's just a political play, and I just wish, you know, I said this. I was talking the other day, and the reason that a lot of Hispanics vote for Democrats is because the Democrats give them stuff.
Right.
And the country they're escaping from, wherever that might be, or running away from, they're trying to turn this country into that country.
Right.
And that's what I don't get. They want to turn this into some socialistic, quasi-entitlement-ridden country, and that's not who we are. You know, the thing is, for me, it's very easy to become an American, but you got to know what it means to be an American.
Right.
They're two separate things. You got to sacrifice. You got to work hard. Individualism, self-reliance. You got to win and lose, succeed and fail. It's not about getting free stuff.
And I think a lot of these people that are crossing the border, if they were voting Republican, I think the Democrats would be out there with shovels, building that wall, split.
They'd have been on a train 20 years ago.
That's right. That's right. And you know, I think you don't have a house without a wall.
Right.
And it makes common sense. So if you're inviting someone into your home and they're at the door, didn't you ask who they are?
Sure.
You don't just like let them in willy-nilly. It's just common sense.
Well, that's the other argument that I say to people who say, well, what's the big deal? And I say, okay, I'll tell you what. I'm going to come to your house at some point during the next month. I'm going to sit on your couch and eat your food. You're going to pay for all my stuff.
Right.
You're going to ask me to leave, and I'm going to say no. You're going to call the cop to get me out, and he's going to say there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to sit there and enjoy my life. It's the same exact thing.
Right, we have a sanctuary country at this point.
Exactly.
And I actually do think Hispanics in this country will benefit from a Trump presidency because the guy wants infrastructure spending, the guy wants this to make this country great again. Mexican Americans are hardworking people. I think Trump's going to put people back to work. Listen, maybe they can work on the wall. Someone's got to build the wall, right?
You know, Dennis Miller had the best line about this. Yeah, they'll come here, they'll build the wall, we'll open the door, kick them all out, shut the door, thanks for the wall. But I don't agree with that. No, listen, you want to come here, you're right, Jesse.
Right.
Come here, you sign the book on the way in. This hiding in the shadows line, I'm just so sick and tired of it from the Democrats. You want to come here, get on the books, let us know who you are, try to become an American citizen like everybody else, and if you don't want to assimilate, you don't want to become an American, then you got to go.
That's right, and we didn't show this, but a lot of the people I tried to speak to couldn't even speak English at the Cinco de Mayo parade. So there you go. Scott, thank you very much, and I am now unblocking you on Twitter.
You've made my world, my world.
It's your world. Thank you very much. Do you guys remember Obama Girl? Well, we have babes for Trump here. But up next, Harriet Tubman on the 20. If you've been paying attention, Harriet Tubman is going to be on the 20, moving Andrew Jackson to the back. So it got me thinking, do people even know who's on the 5? How about the 100? We hit the streets for a Waters World currency quiz. They're adding this woman to the currency. You know who that is?
Rosa Parks? No.
Who's this?
Harriet Tubman.
Excellent. What is she so famous for?
Uncle Tom's Cabin. Didn't you read that book?
The Underground Railroad and getting the slaves through to freedom.
Choo-choo.
More people should know that our American heroes are not just ex-presidents and rich old white slave owners.
Ooh, that hurts. Who's this guy?
Jefferson.
He's ugly.
I don't know who that is, though. I just know that it's $20.
Andrew Jackson.
Very good. Now, who's Jackson? What did he do?
Own some slaves?
I mean, they all did, didn't they?
Washington.
All white guys look alike?
No.
One of those damn presidents.
Ben Franklin.
Benjamin Franklin.
Excellent. Do you know who Ben Franklin was?
President?
Not a president.
I know he was like a pimp and loved the ladies, but...
He did the, kite and lightning with the key on the string.
Do you like to fly a kite?
I haven't flown one in a while.
I'm not sure that these individuals have impacted me enough to say that I'm proud of them to actually be on the currency.
Well, he did kind of help invent electricity, so...
Okay.
That kind of helps you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Who's this guy?
Abraham Lincoln.
Very good. Now, what did Lincoln do?
What did he do? Why are you asking me? Like, I have no idea who it is.
What did he do that was very, very important?
Besides be the president, off the top of my head, I can't remember. I can't recall.
He freed the slaves.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, kind of a big deal.
Jefferson.
George Washington.
Oh, I don't know. Who's that dude?
I would just assume that that guy, his name is 50.
Ulysses S.
Grant?
Excellent. Now, why is she famous?
Clearly just woke up this morning.
It's noon.
Hold on. What's on me?
This isn't Hancock now. No.
Keep it clean.
No.
Secretary of Treasury, Alexander
the Great?
He basically invented money.
Money?
Yeah.
Huh, maybe that's a guy I should know.
Hamilton.
Oh, Alexander Hamilton.
Unbelievable. Did you study for this?
No. Oh my, obviously not.
All right, the dollar bill. Oh, Benjamin Franklin.
George Washington.
Very good. What do we know about George?
He used to wear wooden teeth.
He wasn't really the first president, but he was the first president.
do? Something important.
What did he do?
Monticello.
Who did he defeat in the Revolutionary War?
The Russians?
The French.
I don't know.
The Brits?
Well done. I'm Waters, and this is my world. That was embarrassing. Waters World up next has an exclusive interview with Babes for Trump. There you go. The candidate in 2008. Obama girls retired, I think. But this election we have Babes for Trump. All over the internet, attractive young women are posing in Trump gear, making America great again, one picture at a time. So who says that Donald has a problem with women? Joining us now are two proud Babes for Trump, Sam Hagmar and Alexa Adler. So where do you guys go to school?
We get around university.
Okay, was that in Jersey?
Yeah, it's in like Glassboro. Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys catch heat for being Babes for Trump at school?
It's a lot. It's hard being a Trump supporter. I'm not gonna lie.
It really is.
Millennial females.
Yeah. They're not feeling the Trump.
They're not exactly on the Trump train yet.
No.
No.
You guys,
Yes.
So you guys are pioneers for women for Trump. You guys are leading the charge to make sure young women vote for Donald. Is that right?
Absolutely.
I feel like a lot of millennials don't even really do as much. Like, we're pretty into it, so we do our research and have the time to like watch the news and a lot of people don't. So.
Oh, trust me, I know a lot of you. Specifically, do you guys like Trump because of his personality or his policy? What do you like about him?
What I like most about him is that he has a passion for this country. I like his policies.
I like his attitude.
He's gonna turn it around, and I like his honesty. His honesty is.
I like his attitude towards the Second Amendment. I'm a hunter, so I mean, I come from a family of hunters.
Why aren't there any, babes for Hillary? You don't see any honeys for Hillary?
Nobody likes him.
You're not seeing that on campus?
No.
Let me know if you see any honeys for Hillary.